So please bring a lot of energy and a lot of love for my good friend and the phenomenal, hilarious Mark Schiff, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. One more hand for Danny Lobel and Brian Kiley. And what about the orchestra? Aren't they fantastic? All right. Well, good to be here. Thank you for coming out tonight. And what about a hand for Arya one more time for putting this together? Unbelievable. Pulled this off here, and here we are in Las Vegas. And this is the first time they've had this type of program in this hotel. And you gotta understand that these waiters and waitresses are not used to 400 Jews coming in for a week for Pesach. Like the Seder night. The waiter's thinking, we'll be out of here in about an hour and a half. 3 hours later, not one bite has been taken off the plate. Families coming in with children in pajamas and pillows. Stacks of 20-high books. The waiters are calling their family. I may not be home for 3 days. These people haven't taken a bite yet. The kids are sleeping here. And they're all leaning to the left for no apparent reason. I don't know, until they straighten up, I don't think they're going to eat. People have back problems or something. I don't know what's going on here. It's amazing. And of course, we get here, and it's the Yom Tov, and they weigh 400 people. They're expecting people to start using the salons, the exercise room. Not one person in the exercise room. All they see is people with like these things over their shoulders, eating, and praying. And nobody's using any of the equipment here. Gambling casino, the biggest in the world, not $1 is being spent. And then you got a group of people who are supposed to be the smartest people in the world, and they do not know how to use elevators. They have no idea, these Jewish people, how to push a button and get this thing going. They have no idea how to use their room keys. It's like these people have been in prison for the last 40 years, and they've never been to anything modern in their life. They know we're not Amish because we didn't pull up in horses. And these Shabbos elevators, my wife and I went away a couple weeks ago. We went to this hotel. They didn't have a Shabbos elevator. You got to stand in there, wait for somebody to come in, and you look like a total lunatic. They walk in, you're just standing there. Like, how you doing? And I go to you, good, what are you doing? Hanging out? You going up? It's up to you. You go up, I'll go with you. I don't feel like I'm really good right now. Well, what floor are you going on? What do I know about floors? I've heard 12 is nice, but it's, I don't know. And then you show them the key. What is this? It's a room key. Really? You know, use it? What do I know about keys? Want me to open the door for you? It's up to you what you want to do. I can't tell you. Then they open the door for you and you go, are there lights in these rooms? Want me to turn on for you? Yeah, if you want. I can't stop you from turning on the lights. You turn on the lights and you go, I'll be going to bed about an hour. I don't know how to shut these things. If you're in the area, you want to stop by. I'll go for breakfast at 9 if you want to stop on my floor. I can't tell you what to do. So it's Pesach in Las Vegas. 400 Jews. It's not in the country. It's messed up. And this is a pretty modern crowd. You know, I do a lot of the, Chabad places, and people, we dress normal. I always wonder when the black hat rabbis, like everyone else, when they go out at night, do they ask their wives what they should wear? Honey, what should I wear? What about the black hat, black jacket, black pants, black shoes, black socks, and the white shirt, and a tie with soup on it and spit from the baby? What about that? I love these Chabad families, like 30 children. I was with this one family, had like 6 children. She just gave birth to twins. I went back 3 months later, she had 2 more. just have them every 3 months. Absolutely incredible. I do some gambling. You guys gamble? Play a little? Yeah, I play blackjack. When I say that, I'm a terrible player. When I say the dealer hit me, I mean just punch me in the head. Let me fall off the stool because I can't take another 12 from here. Just jump over the table and get you, you know. I'm such a horrible player. I've actually had a dealer lean over and say to me, just get out of here. You're depressing everybody at the table. Here's $300. Go get dinner on me. Out of here. Oh, it's all good, and it's nice to be here, and it's nice to be out again, right, with people. This is a beautiful day. Like you, I was locked in for like 2.5 years. I was locked in with my wife for 2.5 years, and every room I went into, she was there. I walked in the bedroom. Hey, how are you? I got to the living room. There she is again. Opened the refrigerator. She was sitting in the refrigerator. But it's good to be out, good to be shopping, going to stores. And today I went to the 99-cent store. I love it. You know you're not doing well in life if you return things to the 99-cent store. If you get back in your car with a can of plums. And when I walk in these 99-cent stores, I feel good about myself. I walk in, I look around, I think, I can buy anything I want. Buy the whole store for $13. And they always have items that sound like the original items. I like Del Monte peaches. I'm looking, it says Del Monkey peaches. What shaving cream? $1, 99 cents. $1. I get back, I shake the can and go, tss, tss. No shaving cream. Just the sound. Tss, tss, tss. And I'm thinking, that's not a bad deal for 99 cents. Well, like 50 of these came out to the kids. Then they had men's underwear, 40 pair, 99 cents. And my head's telling me, Mark, don't buy it. Somehow they're ripping you off. I buy, get back, put a pair on, the fly is on the side. Talk about irregulars. And Danny mentioned Costco. I'm a big Costco fan. You like Costco? You like going there? Yeah. My wife and I go to date. We go to before I go to Costco, I'm an idiot. I think I'll spend $70, $80. $1,700 later, I'm buying mustard for the next 111 years. Just cases. I bought 200 batteries, AA batteries. I don't even own a flashlight. People come to my house, I give them, here, take some mustard with you, and take some batteries. It's on me, I gotta get rid of these so I can buy some more. I looked in this one guy's cart. He had 6 cases of Drano, and 6 cases of toilet paper. I'm thinking, what kind of diet is this guy on that he needs this type of firepower? And they sell everything at Costco, so it's absolutely true. They sell coffins at Costco, coffins. What is this, an impulse buy? I'm online with my wife, I go, honey, I don't feel good. I got a headache, my feet hurt. I better grab a coffin while we're here. You know, you look a little pale yourself, and it's 30% off the second one. We'll just keep them in the garage till we need them. You know, right before COVID, I bought a brand new car, and I don't have a place to park in my house. I got a little house, you know, LA, you know, 1,600 square foot, $40 million house. And it's very expensive to live near other Jews. It's very expensive. So I had to park in front of my house, got a brand new car, so I bought a car cover, $160. I covered the car, came out the next morning, somebody stole the car cover. Right? So I figured, this is a one-off. I bought another one, I covered the car. Next day, gone. Then I bought the third one, and I figured out, I covered the car, and I got in the car. And I sat there, 17 hours. Guy lifts it up, I go, ah! There's a heart attack, drops dead. I pull out the Costco coffin and bury him in the backyard. Sometimes life has a way of working itself out. But it is good to be out here and you're traveling around again. We can work out, exercise maybe a little. How many people exercise? Round of applause. Yeah. Look at that. 12 out of 211. This is, I do it, but I hate it. I'm not one of these people that wake up in the morning, exercise, yeah. I wake up like I'm beat. I got to lay down for another hour and a half. I actually bought an exercise bike and a treadmill. I put the bike on the treadmill. Doing 500 miles a day now. I try to lift weights. They're so heavy, it's unbelievable. And Jews don't lift weights. They say to people, would you help me pick that up, please? I hurt my back when I was 9. So a lot of things Jews don't do. There are no Jewish rodeo stars. No Jewish rodeo stars. You never hear things like Morris Greenberg at a shoot 8. With his mother running behind him going, get off, you're going to fall. No Jewish bank robbers. Put your hands up. Get on the floor. Get up, you'll get dirty. I also went recently for my annual physical, and doctors are incredible. Doctors have this power. They can open up any door and just go, get undressed, I'll be right in. What a great thing to be able to do. You see somebody walk in the room you're attracted to, you open the door, take your pants off, I'll be right back. And they make you sit on that table with that white deli paper underneath you, that cheap deli paper. I usually bring a little pickle, I sit it next to me. Some chips, make a little spread. Because I'm Jewish, I have to eat every 9 minutes. And I'm so nervous I will sweat right through the paper. How about, Doc, I'll buy you new paper. What is it, $1 1,000 feet for this stuff? And they leave you, these doctors, they don't come right in. They leave you like 30 minutes sitting there, undressed, just staring at a wall. After 15 minutes, my blood pressure's 1,000 over 500. And I get up, let me tell you, after 20 minutes sitting there by myself, I start feeling better. I'm sitting there going, I'm all right, I gotta get out of here. Let me tell you something, next time you're home, you don't feel well, before you just run to the doctor, try this at home. Get undressed and sit on your dining room table. Just sit there, put a little napkin under you so you get the whole doctor paper effect. Family walking by, I'm going to save the copay on this one. And they leave these doctors, leave you in there for a long time, and now, doctors don't just come in. When I was growing up, remember when you were growing up, doctors just walks in and sees how you doing. Now they knock. What's with the knocking? What are you knocking? What do you think's going on? You're in there by yourself. You want to freak out the doctor? Next time they knock, go, not yet. Give me another 5, 10 by myself, Doc. I'm taking care of a lot of stuff in here. You don't want to see what's going on. All right, I'll put the light on when I want you to come in. Then they come in. They're always in a good mood. These doctors walk in. They're in a good mood. They walk in. Hi, how are you? How am I? I'm great. I was just driving by, and I was wondering how you were doing. Why don't you take your pants off and sit with me for a half hour? Sitting there in my other, I have pneumonia because of your breeze blowing on my neck here. People spitting around, coughing in here. I got everything they've had now because you left me in here like an animal. How am I? How am I? You make up stuff. How am I? Not good. Haven't got a bathroom in over a year. In fact, I'm going to blow any second. In fact, there's not enough paint in the world to cover what's going to happen in here. I'm going to blow that X-ray machine right out that back wall. How am I? And they ask you all these questions out, doctors. Do you drink? Do you take drugs? Just tell them yes to everything. You drink, sir? Yes, I do. How much? Woo! How much? I'm going to black out right now. I don't know. Why am I undressed? What's going on here? Who are you? What are you filming this? I'm going to sue you. And whenever you go see a new doctor, they ask you to fill out the form, put down things like emergency phone number. I always put down 911. I can call the cops if they want to get their hands on me. If you really want to stay healthy, this is true. You eat at home, so you go shopping in the old supermarket. One of the great things now, supermarkets are open like 24 hours a day. There are people who actually go shopping like 3 o'clock in the morning. They wake up and go, honey, I'll be back in a little while. It's about 3, I'm going to the supermarket. I'm going to get some Drano and some onions, I'll be right back. You ever wake walk in the supermarket at 3 in the morning, it's like, can you make it a little brighter in here, please? And turn the freezer up. Was it 9 below zero? And one of the great things about supermarkets is you can break something and just leave it there. You knock over a jar of tomato sauce. That's a shame. There's another one. And I never find people that work in these supermarkets. You walk up and down the aisle. Hello, I was in the meat department. I saw a guy, white coat, blood all over the thing. I said, excuse me. He goes, I don't work here. And then in California, now they want to know when you go pay, they want to know if you want to buy a bag, this whole bag thing. I don't know. I'll go pay. I'll say to the guy, what do you think I should do? Should I buy one from you or bring my own? People behind are flipping out. They go, just take paper and get out of here. I look at them and go, you don't leave me alone. I'm going to write a check, all right? An out-of-town check. We'll be here a long time. And then you get home, put the stuff away. I've come to realize, too, now that there are things that I buy, I wait for them to rot, then I buy them again. They're called vegetables. And the bottom of the refrigerator, they have that crisper. What does this make crisp? Have you ever put anything comes out crisper? They should call that the rotter because that's what's happening. Everything in there completely rotten. You put it in, close it, open it. And people take such care in picking their vegetables. You ever see them in the store? They take out something like, this is the perfect head of lettuce. You will run very nicely in my house. And every month or two, you go on carrot celery patrol to see if the stuff is limp enough to throw away yet. Take out some celery. Nope, not yet. I'm not going to eat you, but I'm not going to throw you either. I'm going to suck every ounce of life out of you. And you ever have food that's questionable, so you let your friends have it? Your friends look in the refrigerator going, hey, can I have some meatloaf? And you don't ever remember making meatloaf? You haven't made meatloaf in 12 years? And yeah, go ahead, finish it. And some vegetables and a crisper. And then, you know what else is 24 hours? Las Vegas, everything is 24 hours here. They have 24-hour jewelry stores. Who wakes up 4 in the morning and goes, oh man, I gotta get a Rolex. Honey, I'll be back, I'm gonna get a Rolex. You need a diamond hat or anything like that? I saw the sign, I was driving around, I saw the sign that said 24-hour family restaurant. What kind of lunatic families? Some psychotic father. 3:30 in the morning, all right, everybody up. It's 3:30, we're going out for eggs. Get the baby up, they're gonna run their potatoes, let's get in here. They'll go to the supermarket, the liquor store, we'll be back in bed by 5:30 and start drinking again, let's go! Let's move it! I'm originally from the East Coast, I grew up in New York, we have a bunch of New Yorkers. Yep, lived in New York, grew up there, used to live with my parents, till they moved out, got their own place. Live in LA now, we have, one of the big differences, we have the earthquakes. And I was in one a couple of years ago. Thank God we were okay, but my uncle lived in a trailer park. Over 100 trailers completely destroyed, over $60 worth of damage. But I grew up in New York, I used to live, my grandparents lived with us when I was growing up. Grandparents have stories you cannot prove. My grandfather came from the old country. Where is this place? I looked on every map in the world, there is no old country. Is the country just old people in it? And they have stories. He told me he moved to the United States when he was 2 years old, by himself. I said, really? He said, that's right, you did those days. I was 2 years old. I was in the Army. Remember, I looked at my parents and said, Mom and Pop, for this, I'm out of here. Moved to America, New York, 3 years old, got a foot job putting in high voltage wires for a living. Was electrocuted every day, but never missed work. And grandparents like to give grandkids money, but they never just hand it to them. They always slip it to you like it's illegal, like they're selling you drugs. As soon as I leave the room, my grandfather's like, put this in your pocket, keep your mouth closed. Just shut up, you don't know where you got it. Here's $2, go to college. And my grandmother's 95 years old, 95, has glaucoma. The doctor told her to smoke marijuana to relieve the pressure of her eyes. 95, smoked 6-7 joints a day. I looked at her, I said, Grandma, stop it with the pot. 95, she looks at me and goes, don't hassle me, man. She wants to go see Lady Gaga next month. Some of the most fun we had when I was a kid was when the whole family would go in the car. That was the best. But before we go in the car, my mother would talk to me like I never heard of a car. She looked at me, all right, Mark, we're going in the car. So if you want to go to the bathroom, go now. Because once your father starts the car, that's it. You want to go pee-pee, go now. Because we're driving straight to Bulgaria today. 9,200 miles. So you better go pee-pee right now. If you're not going to be good, tell me right now and we'll just leave you home. Because I have a splitting headache. Mothers never have regular, normal headaches. No mother in history have ever had only splitting, banging, pulsating, throbbing headaches. Couldn't be from yelling 11 hours a day, could it? And when I was a kid growing up, you could really threaten the kids. The threats were enormous. You got kids now, you can't threaten them anymore. They'll get a lawyer and take your house. When I was a kid, my mother would say things like, go ahead, touch that door. I will break your hands off. Open your mouth again, I'll rip the tongue right out of your head. Get in here right now, or I will break every bone in your body. If I have to come in there, I will kill you. That was love when I was growing up. My mother threatened to strangle me, I knew how much she really cared. See, my mother was a very confused woman, unbelievably confused. She didn't think that I had any idea who she was. Because she looked at me and go, who do you think you're talking to? Who do you think? Do you have any idea who I am? I don't think you do. And she didn't think I knew who I was. Because she looked at me and go, who do you think you are? You're not my child. My child doesn't act like that. I think she doesn't know me, he doesn't know me, I'll go to the old country and get a job. My parents had no idea what species I was. No idea what species. I remember they looking at me, my mother looked at me one day and said, all right, we're going out to dinner tonight. Do me a favor, just try and act like a human being. Just try. I know it's difficult for you, but give it a shot. And when the food comes, use your fork. Don't keep with the hands, use your fork. You're 23 years old. Use your fork already, will you please? My mother and father would fight. They get in such fights, my mother would threaten to kill my father. She would look at him and go, when you go to sleep tonight, I'm going to slit your throat. I've had it with you. I can't take another hour of this. I don't care if they put me away the rest of my life. My father would go right to sleep as soon as she said that. Best night's sleep of his life. And he'd wake up in the morning and go, no, I'll go to work. Parents were married a long time. My parents were married so long, my mother's actually sucked the brain out of my father's head. He walks around going, just do what she says. I gotta lay down for a couple of weeks, do what she says. I think the thing that got my folks most nervous is absolutely true. When I was 15 years old, that's when I started going out of the house at night. And before you go at night, though, Mother's Day wanted to be home to the minute. She'd look at me, all right, Mark, you go out, but I want you home at 10:30. You hear me? Now, what time did I say? No, I want to hear the words before you go out. That's right, that doesn't mean 10:31. We're 10:32. And the whole family's going, we're 10:33? 10:34. Even the dog, woof, woof, woof. And if you're not home by 10:30, mothers will wait up for you. I remember one time she told me to be home at 10:30. I walked in at 4 o'clock in the morning. But after 1 o'clock, you just say to yourself, the heck with it. I don't live there anymore. She told me, you're not home at 10:30, don't bother coming home. And I walk home just praying to God. I go, God, please help me. Work with me one time. if my mother's up, I will come to visit you very soon. And you try to sneak in the house, but at that hour, everything is magnified. You put the key in the door. Try to sneak in, and then you hear, "Get in here." Now. And I looked up, I said, "I asked you to help me one rotten thing." And I heard this voice say, "She would not go to sleep. This is a very powerful woman. Good luck, young man. See you very soon." And my mother would just sit there. "You know what time it is? You can't see it. It's after 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, where were you? With your friends? People don't have friends at 4 o'clock in the morning. Lunatics have friends at 4 o'clock. You don't see me parading around the streets at 4 o'clock, do you? Now, what is wrong with you? Nothing? Something is definitely wrong with you. Nobody acts the way you act. Your friends don't treat their parents the way you treat me. What? You giving me orders? I should go to sleep? I haven't slept since the day you were born. That's why I look like this. I was a pretty woman a long time ago. Now I lay in that bed with my eyes popping out of my head. I don't know what's going on. You know, if you're trying to kill me, you're doing a very good job. Now this is my house. You don't like it, leave. Where do you think you're going? You're not going anywhere. If anyone leaves, it's going to be me. I get out of here right now because I've had it with you and your father. And when he gets home, I'll tell him. Oh, thanks. A little more sound, is that better? Thank you, Danny. Danny Lobel, my web manager there. I remember one time when I was 12 years old, my father took me into this room by myself to have a talk with me. 12 years old, just the two of us. He looks at me and goes, "Listen. Listen to me. I'm the boss in this town. Now, you know your mother gets very upset sometimes, but we have to live here. It's not a bad deal. Now, one day you'll be moving out, but I'm stuck here the rest of my life. There's a mercy on me. And I'm a married guy. I just passed 33 years about a month ago. 33 years.
Nancy.
Thank you. Went by like 10 minutes underwater. Yeah, before you get married, nobody tells you what marriage is like. You ever ask people what it's like? They always say the same thing. You'll see for yourself. Yeah, but what's it like? You'll see. Are you happy? Let's put it like this. It's a different type of happiness. It's not actually happiness. Is there joy? Not the right word. Much more spiritual than joy. It's beyond joy. Being married is like living on the floor of the Senate. Every day, a new speech and new laws being passed. My wife walks around like some English barrister. From now on, things will be very different in this family. If your socks on the floor, there'll be no dinner for the rest of your life. I didn't have so many problems until I got married. But thank God she's there to point those things out. Who knew? I thought I was doing well. And you learn a lot about yourself when you're married. I didn't know that I snored. You know when you snore, they have to wake you and tell you? I don't need that information. I'm out cold, rolling around, having a tremendous time. She's like, "Honey, get up." What's the matter? You're snoring. What? You're snoring. Really? No? You know, when you wake up, somebody tell them they're snoring, they're shocked. Really? No? I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear it. How can you not hear this? It's in the center of your head. You can't hear this. People a mile away are calling the house. Would you shut them up? The baby's up. The dog is howling. I got a neighbor, the guy's been married 64 years. I said, what's the secret? He said, just keep your mouth shut. Just shut up. Don't ask questions. Don't give advice. Just stay out of everything. They don't want to hear from you. Just come home, wave your hand. Hey, hello. I'm here. I'm going to lay down. My wife is so nervous, too. As soon as I get into bed at night, she's like, is the door locked? I just locked it. Check it again. I just locked it. Will you check it again? So I'll get up, check the door, get back in bed. Is it locked now? I took the door off the hinges. We don't have a door. I open the window. They'll be in about 5 minutes. One night she wakes me up in the middle of the night, says, I think there's someone outside. I said, that's where they belong, is outside. We're in here, they're out there. If they come in here, we're going out there. You know what she said? Go outside, see what's going on. But be careful, put a sweater on. Right, I got a turtleneck, they got an axe, great combination. So I get up, I put a little pink robe on. I look like a rough guy now. She walks me to the front door. I go out, she locks the door from the inside. I don't know if she's scared to set me up. And you get weird questions. The other night, I got like 4 o'clock in the morning, go to the bathroom. I walk back in the bedroom, 4 in the morning, in my underwear. She goes, where were you? 4 in the morning in my boxers. I went hunting, all right? I bagged an elk, he's on the couch. Sometimes I get up in the middle of the night, go to the refrigerator, drink an orange juice out of a container. That's my favorite thing to do. Just me, the little fridge hum, the orange juice container. It's like a meditation. It's beautiful. Walk back in the bedroom, more questions. What were you doing? Honey, I had some orange juice. Out of the container? No, I used the glass. I didn't hear you wash the glass. I drank orange juice out of the container and put a glass in the sink. So it looks like I used the glass. 33 years, I'm not stupid. I poured a little juice in there so it really looked like it. Turned the water on so it sounded like I'm washing the glass. I got some chapstick and drew some lips on the glass. Because of that deception and many others is why I'm still happily married for over 33 years. So, yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You've been very kind. You're a great audience. Give yourself a hand tonight for being in this audience. And even these kids, you know, you were tremendous kids, really. Thank you for being here. Nice to see you. Are you going to be a comedian one day? Yeah, okay. So, anyway, before I go, and I'm going to be in the back, and if you want to talk or anything, but I do have this new book that came out. It's on Amazon, and a couple of weeks ago it was #1 on Kindle there in Jewish humor, and in and it's done very well. There's about almost 80 5-star reviews on the book, and it's really a great read. And I'm not just saying that; it's what people told me. So. Yeah, so before I go, now what you just saw was stuff that I wrote, but I'm going to give you a couple of jokes now. You can try to remember these, and try to remember these jokes. These are for you. A little gift that I've got for you. So we'll start with this priest goes in to get a haircut. Goes to a barbershop to get a haircut. He goes to pay the barber. The barber goes, "Father, you're a man of the cloth. You're a beautiful man. Please, no money." Next morning, the barber comes, there's 12 roses in front of the barbershop. A couple weeks later, a minister goes in, get a haircut, goes to pay, and the barber says, "Minister, you're a beautiful man. You visit people in the hospital. Your servants are beautiful." Next day, 12 bottles of wine in front of them. Then a rabbi goes in to get a haircut. Goes to pay, goes, "Rabbi, you're a man of the Torah. You spread goodwill." Next day, 12 rabbis in front of the barber store. Okay, try to remember these. These are for you. These are gifts. So there's this Reformed rabbi, a conservative rabbi, and an Orthodox rabbi. And they're all talking about, they all have the same problem, rats in the shul. They all have rats. Reformed rabbi says, "You know what I did? I set these traps, I caught these rats. I put them in my car, I drove 100 miles, let them out, get back, and there they are." Then the conservative rabbi said, "I did a similar thing. I set these traps, caught them, Drove 300 miles, let them out, I get back to the shul. Rats. What's the next rabbi? I say, hey, a whole different thing. I bring them up in the bima, I bar mitzvah them, I never see them again. So this guy's mother-in-law, try to remember these are good checks. These are gifts. This guy's mother-in-law comes over to him and says, listen, last year for my birthday, you gave me a cemetery plot. This year you didn't give me anything. Because you didn't use what I gave you last year. So there's this rabbi, priest, and the minister again. They talk about the money that they collect, what they do with how they figure out the money. The priest goes, I got this system. I draw a circle, whatever money I collect, I throw up in the air. Whatever lands in the circles for me, outside's for God. Then they ask the minister, what do you do? And he goes, I have a similar thing. I draw a circle, I throw everything in the air, the money, whatever lands in circles for God, outside is for me. The rabbi goes, I got a different thing. I throw the money up in the air, whatever God wants, he keeps. So this doctor calls in this guy, and his husband says, I hate to tell you, but your wife's mind's completely gone. He says, I'm not surprised. She's been giving me a piece of it every day for 40 years. Try to remember these. These are good, please. So this guy calls his rabbi and says, Rabbi, I think my wife is trying to poison me. Rabbi goes, really? He goes, yeah, I think my wife's... Rabbi goes, what do you want me to do? He goes, call her, talk to her, see what's going on. So the rabbi calls her. Next day, the rabbi calls the guy and says, listen, I called your wife. She came in. I talked to her for 5 hours. The guy says, what do you think? Rabbi goes, take the poison. Try to remember these. I got one more for you. So there's this rabbi, priest, and a minister, and they're all trying to figure out who's the best at what they do. Who's the best? And they decide they're going to go separately into the woods that next week and try to find a bear and convert the bear. So they all go away. Next week they meet again. They look at the priest and go, how's it go, Father? The priest goes, it was excellent. I went into the woods. I found this bear. I gave him one of my lectures, one of my sermons. I read to him from the Bible. Next Sunday morning, front row of the church. Then he looked at the minister. How did it go? He says, same thing. I gave him one of my lectures. I took him down to water. I baptized him. Sunday morning, front row. Then he looked at the rabbi. He's in a body cast from head to toe. So what happened? He goes, I shouldn't have started with circumcision. Hey, you guys have been great. I'll be outside signing books. Thank you very much, and have a great Pesach and Shabbos. Thank you.